Okay, but yeah, '96. That was what about Ice Cream Man was out already.
Yeah,
That
so I mean, a lot of those foundations and working with folks like, we brought out, Pimp C and Bun B and spent time with them and had them on the West Coast and put them up and started recording. We spent time with them. We were doing like pool parties and stuff like that with Pimp C and Bun B and all that stuff. So we were doing all of that, getting them out on the West Coast and then just kind of putting projects together, putting songs together, and then figuring out where those songs were going to go and how that was going to formulate into an album.
wow, man. I'm glad you brought them up. Rest in peace to Pimp, man. What was it
Yeah.
like connecting with Pimp? Did you get a chance to
I spent a
interact
lot
with
of
him?
time with them. I was like, I talked to them about managing them, and we kind of like we were talking about doing it, and it just never happened because you know Pimp was very comfortable with his mother managing him because he trusted her. A big piece of the industry itself has to do with trust. And it's hard to know who to trust and who not to trust because there's so many different things. So you think about being a professional artist or having a label. Like if you were in a professional basketball or football or baseball, there's always a union for the artist, right? Or union, or union for the athlete, but there's no union for artists, right? There's nobody fighting for artists or fighting for smaller labels or any of that kind of stuff. So I think the biggest thing, so we talked about doing a deal where I'd manage them, but it didn't come to fruition because Pimp C felt very comfortable with his mom kind of managing his affairs, and she managed his affairs until unfortunately he passed away. So, but yeah, I spent a lot of time with those guys. We hung out like when we were doing the Down South Hustlers and working on the Ice Cream Man and doing all that stuff. We pretty much like spent every day together, every single day. So, during the day, sometimes in the evening, sometimes not, just depends. Every single day we spent together like hours at a time. I mean, sometimes we were together 12, 15, 16, 18. It just depends. Like we were together hours at a time. So I always had a lot of love for UGK. I remember when they started out and the time that they were doing and the records that they were doing. And, I had nothing but love for both of those guys. I'm sad when Pimp C left us, man. That was unfortunate. I love Bun B, and I just love being a part of us putting those projects together and spending so much time together with those guys.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Shout out to Bun and Pimp for sure.
Yeah,
Rest in peace, man. The great,
absolutely.
most definitely. Because they was on a couple No Limit projects. They was on C Murder album,
Yep.
Fiend album, Ice Cream Man, Down South Hustlers, Ghetto
I
Dope. So
mean,
they,
I
you
mean, the
know,
Down South Hustlers set the foundation, right? So what we did is putting that album together is putting all the popular artists in their hood on one album. We did it for the West Coast and it had such great
right,
success and Billboard success. We knew if we did it for the South, we'd have that success too. And it was big. And the album went gold and it did incredible. And that's the deal, right? So when you think about putting a project together like the Down South Hustlers, making it a double album because nobody was doing anything like that, and calling it the value pack, right? So basically what we did, we took the double CD, we only increased the dollar amount by the cost, what it would cost us to do the additional CD, right? So to do the additional CD there were some costs. So we said, hey, we want to make sure people get their money's worth. So the whole
right,
concept of the value pack was how do we sell more albums? We make it affordable and people get more bang for their buck. And if they get more bang for their buck, that's how you win, right? That's how you win when you're putting your albums against whoever else is hot at the time, and some of them were major label artists. It's people feel they get value for the music they have. They get 22, 24, 30 numbers or 30 songs or tracks, including, skits and music and intro and outro and all that stuff. People are spending $17 instead of paying 23, 24, 25 for a double CD. You're spending 16.99 or 17.99 for a double CD. You feel that you're getting your money's worth and you're just picking that up. And that's just kind of how it was. We were always trying to, how do we do more with less? So it's like this Spartan approach idea of we're going to give you the highest quality product. Whether you like the album or not, that's subjective, but we're going to give you the quality sound. We're going to give you the quality artwork. And then on the inside, we're going to let you know what the next projects are coming. So you're going to retail store asking for the project. So then we get pre-orders, we ship a lot of units, and then we continue to sell albums.
Yeah, them covers was crazy, man. No Limit covers for sure.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's the whole marketing concept of you open up an album and you see what's coming next. You're going, and then you like the album that you have, you're going to be like, man, what's next? And being at No Limit, that's what we did. We always were like, hey, we want people wanting what's next. So we learned that from St. Charles. St. Charles was always like, look, if you want to get paid consistently, and this is pre-priority, right? You want to get paid consistently from a distributor, you need to make sure you have enough projects in the pipeline so they will always pay you. So if they're looking for a particular project, so they're looking for the Ice Cream Man or they're looking for King George, Life of a Kingpin, if they want this record, they need to pay you. So then they've already got pre-orders. We already started the pre-order process. And if we have, let's say, for example, some projects, we have like 100,000 pre-orders. So you have 100,000 pre-orders at, your billing is $10 a unit. You're talking about $1 million in billing before you even drop an album. So when you get to that point where you're like, hey, we're going to bill $1 million on a project day one but the day we drop, it's going to be $1 million coming. It gets distributors like, man, that's a lot. They get a lot of that percentage, right? So they're thinking, hey, we're going to get a piece of this $1 million. Plus, we got a project that's already selling, and there's several other projects that are on the way, ready to go, or almost getting ready to go, because we've already pumped them so much. Then they're like, okay, I got to be a part of this project. Okay, we'll definitely pay you to make sure we can get the next album.